here is my project one on simple regression. So for this project, I am using a dataset known as regression_data. So let's click on this file to open it in our Google Colab environment. So this is my project one. And for project one, I need numpy, I need pandas, I need matplotlib. And also from matplotlib, I will import a style and I am using a dark background. So these are the important files which I need in my project one, which is on simple linear regression. Let's click on this file in order to import this file. Now I have to import this dataset. So this dataset is known as regression_data. Let's click on this cell. So we can see that when we click on this cell in order to read or import the data, we get an error. So the error is no such file or directory. The reason is that this dataset is present in one of our folder. That is, this is present in our folder of regression analysis. We know that in order to read the dataset from a folder, we need to mount the drive and we need to set the path. So there is a section in our course which you have learned. The section is called Introduction to Google Colab. So I hope you have gone through this section. If you have skipped that section, it is highly recommended that you go back and learn the section, because in that section I have clearly explained that how to read the dataset from a folder if we are working in our Google Colab environment. So there are two important steps whenever we want to read a dataset from a folder. So the first step is we need to mount the drive, and the second step is we need to set the path. So how to mount the drive? So in order to mount the drive, in order to set the path, and in order to read the dataset in our Google environment, so the first step is to mount the drive. So here we can click in order to mount the drive. So click on this button. So if you click, there is a cell which has been generated here, and it is giving you an option whether you want to dismiss it or you want to run it. So we have to run it so that we can mount our drive. So when you click on this, then Google will ask for the permission. So when Google will ask for the permission, you have to allow Google so that it can mount a drive for us. So here we can see that the drive is being mounted, and in few seconds it will be mounted. So it is saying that drive has been mounted. Now let's refresh from here, and we can see that there is a drive here. So the next step is to set the path. So let's see how we can set the path in order to read the data. So we are at drive, click on the drive. Inside the drive, we have a folder, My Drive. Inside the My Drive, we have course material folder. Inside course material folder, we have a folder known as supervised machine learning. Inside supervised machine learning, we have a folder known as regression analysis. If I click on this, here is my data, which is known as regression_data, which I want to read in my Google Colab environment. So this is present inside the folder known as regression analysis. So there are 3 vertical dots at the end of this folder. I have to click on these dots, and then I have to copy the path from here. When I will copy the path from here, then I have to paste the path here. So for this, the first step is to write a percentage sign, then to write a CD, which is a current directory, then a space, and then you have to paste your path. So now click on this. Now we can see that we have set the path. So the path is drive, My Drive, course material. Inside the course material, we have supervised machine learning, and inside the supervised machine learning, we have regression analysis. So we can also confirm the path from here. So we can see that this is our drive, and inside the drive, we have this. So we can confirm the path from here. If I go back, so we have a drive. Inside the drive, we have My Drive. So drive, My Drive, then course material, then supervised machine learning, then regression analysis, and inside the regression analysis, we have regression_data. So this is the same path. If you see drive, My Drive, course material, supervised machine learning, and regression analysis. So we can see that how to mount the drive and how to set a path. We have also learned these steps, that is mounting the drive, and setting a path in our section, which is called as Introduction to Google Colab. Now the drive has been mounted, the path is set, it's time to read the dataset. So if I click on this, now I am able to read the dataset, I am able to import the dataset. Let's see the dataset here. So if I want to see the dataset, this dataset has only two columns. One column is for independent data and one is for dependent data. Independent data means this is our only feature and this is our dependent variable. Since we are going to perform a simple linear regression, we know that in simple linear regression, we only need one feature. So that feature is called as independent data here. So this is our dependent data, or this is our target variable. If we see, we have from 0 to 29, we have 30 samples here. Now it's time to extract features and target variables from this data set. So the feature is called the independent data and the target is called the dependent data. So let's run this cell to extract those values. So we can see that we have extracted the features in the form of numpy array. Basically, this dot values, this will convert these data frame into the numpy arrays. Similarly, we have extracted the value of y, which are our target value. So this is our feature. This is the only feature, and this is our target. Now we can visualize both target and our features using a scatter plot. So for scatter plot, we are using plt.scatter. So the first input is the feature. The second input is a target. Here we are using a marker of shape X. We are using a green color. Here the line width is 5. So basically we are not going to get a line here. We are going to get these marker of size is equals to 5. So here line width is basically going to set a size of the marker. This is the figure size. On X label, we have independent data. On Y label, we have dependent data. We have X limit from 0 to the maximum value of X, that is the maximum value of independent variable, and we have Y limit from 0 to the maximum value of Y. So let's run this cell to show the plot. So we can see that this is our scatter plot of independent data and dependent data. So that is our feature and that is our target. So we can see that there is quite a good linear relationship between the independent data and dependent data, and we can fit a straight line, that is our regression line, on this data. So this is the scatter plot of our data, which has 30 samples. So in this lecture, we see that how to mount the drive, how to set a path in order to import the dataset in our Google Colab environment. So in this course, we are going to implement Python using a Google Colab. And whenever we want to read a data from our folder, so the requirement for Google Colab is that we need to mount the drive and we need to set a path. After mounting a drive and setting a path, we were able to read the data. From the data, we extracted the features value, we extracted our target. Since we are going to perform a simple linear regression, we have only one feature. Here, we visualize our dataset by getting a scatter plot between X and Y. We can see that there is a linear relationship between the independent variable and dependent variable. So I stop this lecture here. I will continue this project 1 in the next lecture. See you there.